My name is Jose Untalan, SKC, USN. No news. All we had to do is buy here by other people. But we went from one cave to another. We went sleep under the bridge. We used the little creek to get waters, and we eat what is available for us. We eat seaweed, sea cucumbers. I don't know if you know what sea cucumbers. You slimy little stuff, you know, and you squeeze it and glue come out, and we chop those and cook it, and we you do anything to survive, and you know, and you cannot. Of course, you get panic, but you need everything that you survive. And I was very proud that Guam was been a U.S. citizen since U.S. possession in 1898, and in 1950, President Truman signed an organic act making all the Chamorros from Guam a U.S. citizen. I became citizen in 1957 before I graduated from high school. But it was miserable. It was miserable. We have to watch work. We have to cook outside, and we have somebody. My mom always said, "Listen for plane," you know, because you could hear the plane. I could get the bottle and blow. It sounds like a plane coming. In fact, I did that a couple of times, and I got spanked because I was on the tree trying to, and my mom just got everybody, mustered everybody, and said, "One missing. Where's Jose?" He was up in the tree, scaring the family. You know, make it. So she put out all the fire and everybody in the cave, but it was miserable. I have scars all over from traveling, you know, escaping the Japanese, but they were very rude people, very rude. It's really, war is war, and it was very miserable. I know that when you go in war, you go to win, but they don't have to be that rude or cruel, you know. They're Japanese are a different breed of people. Their belief is different from us, from the Americans. The German is the same way, and when they go to war, they send their soldiers and Marines not to return until it's victory. So they'll try to do everything possible to either intimidate you, kill you, you know. But it is really a sorry thing to fathom how they do that. I mean, I knew the American when I was in the Navy. We don't even, you know, we always have to be humanistic. You gotta know when to do it, and you just don't be happy shooting all the time and trying to kill people. But the Japanese don't believe in that. The Japanese are soldiers. They're proud people. We are too, but they go over the proud of ridicule and even kill it. That's the important thing. You just have to realize that each nation is different. Be your own self and make good judgment. Be accountable for good judgment. For the younger people, I mean, there's a lot of challenge. You gotta see what you want, focus on what you want, and always reach it. Don't set yourself a limit. Always reach it with no finish line. So if you don't have a finish line, you're not gonna quit. You keep going. But there's a finish line. If there's a finish line, there's no way to go but down. Like Peter Drucker says, you know, what is it? What did Peter Drucker say? Anyway, he said that you always reach for the sky, you know, and do the best you can. And because once you, sometimes being the best, trying your best is better than being the best. Because trying your best is, you always reach it. And if you're the best, you're hit the max, and there's nowhere to go but down. So but war is cruel. War, you go to war, you're trained to go to war, to be, you common sense and for purpose, or whatever our mission is. But you don't go over there, and just start shooting. Well, we were an old farm in YAP that my dad bought, and all of a sudden the word comes that victory, the Japanese surrender, and the CBs come in and build temporary lodging for the Navy then, and that's how I heard the victory. And we after the war my dad built a little shack. I remember a little shack, and we live in there with. I have 13 siblings, 13, 9 boys and 4 sisters. So it's a big family, but we enjoy it. We love music. We love to cook. We love to fight. My dad used to take us to the beach because we fight a lot, and then sumo wrestling on the sand. But it's really, when you sit down and think about it, it is very sad, very sad. That was one of the biggest things there, victory. We relaxed, and we went to go eat proper food, regular food. We got a little shack to live on, and everybody was so happy because the American came in. And when I went to school in Guam, I didn't know one word of English, not one. I know what apple is. I know what cigarette is, because sailors say, "Hey Joe, you want a cigarette?" They got me. But I have to learn from when I was 9 years old. I went to school. The only language that I know is Chamorro. So I was taught how to. I didn't graduate from high school until I was 22 because I started late because of the war. I didn't join the Navy until 22 because of the war. So, but my dad is always a man that says he don't give up. He's a businessman that got a big family. I mean, of course he had to be smart because all the kids, 13 kids, I couldn't even afford 3. He did that, but he was chief of police during the Japanese time. During the German occupation in 1917, he was working. But my grandfather moved to YAP, and that's where from Guam. He was hired by a Japanese company because he could speak 5 languages. 5, German, Spanish, Philippine, and all that kind, to run a copra business. Copra is coconut meat. You grind it, and they make soap, shampoo, perfume, and you make candies, A lot of business in copra, and they send it to Japan. But the victory was one of the best feelings that, inside that you have, because you finally could walk, you could go to the outside toilet or whatever, and you go to the CBs at a movies for us, and we never knew. But it's hard to tell people how it is, but because the feeling you have, it's just a feeling.